Hi and welcome.
I used to believe that love, real, soul-deep love, could survive anything. But now, I'm not so sure. My name is Emily. I'm 34 years old, and for the last 11 years, I thought I was married to the love of my life, Daniel. We met in college, both broke, both dreaming big. He wanted to become a photographer for National Geographic. I wanted to write novels. We were each other's first everything. First kiss, first love, first heartbreak, and first promise to never let go. We lived in a small apartment at first. I remember eating instant noodles on the floor because we didn't have furniture yet. We laughed, we planned, we fought sometimes, but always found our way back, and when we finally got married, it felt like the natural next chapter. Fast forward 11 years. Things had changed. We had money now, a nice house in the suburbs, a shared bank account, and 2 cars. But something in Daniel had shifted. He traveled more for work, stayed later at the office. The man who used to send me random texts just to say he missed me now, sometimes forgot to reply at all. I told myself he was just busy, that it was stress, that marriages go through seasons. But deep down, I knew. I felt it in the pit of my stomach. It was a Tuesday afternoon when my world cracked open. I had just finished sending a manuscript draft to my publisher when I got a text from an unknown number. You don't know me, but you should know what your husband is doing when he says he's working late. Attached was a single photo. Daniel, sitting in a dimly lit restaurant, holding hands with a woman I'd never seen before. His smile. God, I hadn't seen that smile in years. I couldn't breathe. My hands went numb. My first instinct was denial. Maybe it was work-related. Maybe the photo was old. Maybe. But the timestamp said otherwise. That night, I didn't confront him. I just observed. He came home smelling faintly of perfume that wasn't mine. He kissed my forehead like he always did, asked how my day was, then took a shower. I watched him, feeling like I was looking at a stranger wearing my husband's face. Over the next 2 weeks, I gathered proof. I followed him once, saw him meeting her in a hotel lobby. She was younger, maybe mid-20s, long dark hair, effortlessly beautiful in that careless way only the very young can be. I learned her name was Sophie. And I learned something else. This wasn't a fling. He loved her. I could see it in the way he looked at her, the way he used to look at me. I wanted to scream, to throw things, to call her, to call him out, to burn it all to the ground. But instead, I stayed quiet, because I realized something. Revenge doesn't have to be loud to be devastating. I made a plan. First, I opened a separate bank account, one Daniel didn't know about. I started moving small amounts of money every week, nothing noticeable. I contacted a lawyer friend and learned exactly what I'd be entitled to in a divorce. I began writing down every detail of his affair, every receipt, every photo, every message. Second, I played my part. I smiled. I kissed him goodnight. I asked about his day. I even suggested we take a weekend trip, just the 2 of us, knowing he'd have to work and would turn me down, which of course he did. That weekend, I booked a spa retreat for myself instead. Third, I prepared the final blow. On our 12th wedding anniversary, Daniel expected me to cook his favorite dinner, as I did every year. Instead, I asked him to meet me at a small art gallery downtown. He looked confused, but agreed. When he walked in, the walls were lined with photographs. Every single one was of him and Sophie. Kissing, laughing, walking hand in hand. All the evidence I'd collected, printed in black and white, framed like art. The gallery was empty except for us. He turned pale. Emily, what is this? I looked him straight in the eye. Your anniversary gift? And then I walked out. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't beg. By the time he got home that night, the locks had been changed, my things were gone, and divorce papers were sitting on the kitchen counter next to an empty wedding ring box. I heard later that Sophie didn't stay with him. She didn't like being the reason his marriage ended. He tried to reach me for months, but I never answered. And me? I finished my novel, moved to the coast, started over. I don't know if love can survive anything, but I know I can. Because sometimes the most human revenge isn't destroying someone's life. It's simply removing yourself from it and letting them live with the emptiness they created.